يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم توفني مسلما وألحقني بالصالحين صدق الله العظيم. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In continuation with many of the stories which I was sharing with you in the last many Jumas I attended with you, I was highlighting something very unique, very important, keeping the focus specifically towards the next generation. Because one of the important things for us from the Ummah is to see that how we pass the legacy forward. Any community, any team or any family or any society, the people who are existing, the people who have knowledge, who have understanding, who have the knowledge of the stories of the past, the legacy, ये अक्सर क्या करते हैं, जो बड़े होते हैं वो आने वाली नस्ल को अपनी जो है इल्म को तब्दील उन तक पहुंचाते हैं. This is apart from the way, various ways the youngsters get the knowledge. Probably today there's a digital world, people get knowledge from the digital world. Earlier, when there was no digital platform, people used to read. Those people who never used to read used to go and sit with people of knowledge and acquire knowledge. This was the regular tradition which was there. Today what has happened, there's an explosion of knowledge and you have all the knowledge on your smartphone, click of a button, you're able to get the knowledge. But then it is important also to learn from others. It is very crucial for our younger generation to understand that there's a discipline where they need to go and learn from people who have knowledge. And also, when we are able to get that knowledge ourselves, right, as we progress, we are young, we are not so serious about these things. But as we keep progressing, Allah एक इंसान के अंदर वो एक ठहराव लाता है जहाँ पे we start, ignoring too much of the world and we start looking at what is the purpose of my life, where I have to go, what I have to do in my life. असल मकसद क्या है? Am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? So that comes to many of the people. And then what happens? We start acquiring knowledge. We start seeking from people. We start going, reading books. We attend, Khutuba. We attend a lot of lectures. We go to the YouTube. We try to learn. Why? Because हमें फिक्र होती है कि हमें आगे इस जिंदगी में क्या करना है, क्या हमारा मकसद क्या है. ये फितरती चीज है हर इंसान के अंदर. जैसे हम लोग सीखते हैं, one of the easiest techniques to embed our learning, our own learning. This is research done and it has been now used in the classrooms as a flipped classroom methodology. Any classroom आप जाइए दुनिया के अंदर आज उसको जो है उसको flip कर दिया. मतलब teacher जो है becomes a facilitator and the students become the teachers. The teacher becomes a facilitator and he says, now I am giving you this assignment, go back, learn the assignment, come back next class and you will be teaching each other. Why? They have found out that if you are able to learn something, to consolidate the knowledge, you will have to teach it to others. If you sit down and keep reading it, उतना ज़्यादा concrete नहीं होता है जितना एक इंसान सीखे और दूसरे को सिखाए. The moment you start teaching others, the knowledge starts getting more firm and concrete in you. So my request to everybody is, as you keep getting knowledge, bits and pieces of knowledge, जो भी इल्म है, जो भी अच्छाई है, ये ले जाके अपने हद तक ना रखें, इससे दूसरों को सिखाएं. एक भी आयत अगर आती है तो दूसरे को सिखाना जो है हमारा एक फर्ज बनता है, especially our own family. Look at how transactional we are in the house. When we are at home, we talk about the whole world. We talk about things which are not relevant. But we don't talk about our own history, our own legacy. So youngsters, how will you understand? How will they get to know what is our own legacy? What kind of people were there? Who are these real heroes? कैसे मालूम होगा? ये हमारा फर्ज बनता है कि हम जाएं, जितना भी मालूम हो, थोड़ा पढ़ें, थोड़ा समझें और हमारे यंगस्टर्स को समझाएं. क्यों? Today's khutbah is more about one of the Sahabis. It's a very short story. But my request to all of you who are listening is it's a very important plea. We are currently going through a very serious crisis in the younger generation. This kind of a crisis has never been experienced by anybody. Not only the ummah. मैं उम्मत की सिर्फ बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. पूरे दुनिया के अंदर आप देखेंगे तो यंगस्टर्स के अंदर एक ऐसी हवा चली है जहां पे बुरे काम करने से शर्म करना कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. दे आर नॉट शाई ऑफ डूइंग समथिंग रॉन्ग. हमारे जमाने में सब सोच के देखिए, कोई भी छोटी गलती अगर करेंगे तो हमें परेशानी होती थी, है ना. हम लोग अगर गलती भी करें तो छुप के करते, या हमें उसका जो है एक नदामत होती. We used to feel bad, we used to feel guilty. Today's world, wrong has been made so popular, it's become a fashion. If you're doing wrong, you're cool. If you're not doing wrong, you're an outcast. If you are not doing anything wrong, you're an outcast. If you're doing wrong, you're good. And this is the narrative. Some of us who are in our 40s and 50s and 60s, we may not understand this. But this is what is going on predominantly in the entire society, where youngsters are benchmarked by the number of wrongs they are doing. They get points according to the number of wrongs. तो जितना बुरे काम करेंगे ना, उससे उनको बोलते हैं ये बहुत कूल लड़का है या लड़की है. इन्होंने जो है हिम्मत है इनके अंदर गंदा काम करने, गलत काम करने का जो है इनके अंदर माता है, इनके अंदर हिम्मत है. They are strong because they are bold. They don't care for the world. They don't care what others think. So they are so self-confident that they are able to boldly do things which are wrong. So this is a very serious thing which our society, not only the ummah, I'm telling you, society is facing this. You ask anybody from any background, whether they are from our community or any other community, आप बात करके देखिए वालिदैन से, एक ही परेशानी. They say our children don't listen, they are into wrong, they are choosing what they want to choose, they are not guilty about it. And if you ask them, they back answer. They say, I'm already 18. You mind your business, dad. You mind your business, mom. Don't interfere in my life. This is a very, very dangerous, serious matter we need to address. And the only way we can address is connecting them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no other way. अब देखिए, कोई भी आप कहीं भी उनको काउंसलिंग कराइए, जहां भी आप वहां पर जो है डी एडिक्शन सेंटर्स ले जाइए. आप ड्रग्स आर बिकम लाइक वेरी कॉमन. पहले जमाने में ड्रग्स का नाम सुनते ही वी ऑल यूज्ड टू फील लाइक इट इज सच अ बैड थिंग. टुडे अल्कोहल एंड ड्रग्स आर फैशनेबल, अवेलेबल very easily, affordable. Think about what kind of a serious fitna this period is calling for. These younger generations, if we do not connect them to Allah, they don't need to be connected to us. Most of us, when we are parenting our children, we do hukumat on them. That's why they hate us. We are forcing them. That is not the way. Our Prophet ﷺ never did anything by force. He did by inspiration. He inspired people. He connected. Everybody has goodness. Every human being who comes into this world has goodness. Allah ने हर इंसान के अंदर अच्छाई छुपा रखी है. उस अच्छाई को सिर्फ अल्लाह से connect करना. That is all the parent has to do, or the elders of the society have to do. We have to connect our younger generation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rather than just putting conditions, putting do's and don'ts, which they don't understand. When you tell them don't do, they say, why are they interfering in my life? Don't do because this is dislikable by Allah or Rasul. Imagine if Rasulullah was here, would he like it? Like what you're doing? Talk about the stories. Why am I sharing stories? Because you need to talk. इंसान को कहानियों से इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है, मोटिवेशन मिलता है. So these are the stories I'm trying to sort of collect. Today is a very short story of a Sahabi who is known as Asadullah, the Lion of Allah. कितना ब्यूटीफुल टाइटल है, देखिए कितना अच्छा मजेदार टाइटल है जो एक इंसान को a title has been given that you are the Lion of Allah. And there were two people who were giving this title. So this is one of them. They said that if this man, Sahabi Razillah Ta'ala, had not died young, he was a very capable candidate for the role of Khalifa. इनके अंदर इतनी हिम्मत, ताकत और फिरासत, wisdom था कि he would have been a Khalifa if he had not died young. He was very tall, strong, handsome, popular. People loved him. He loved hunting. He was a warrior. He loved wrestling. He was a good wrestler. He was an archer. He was a warrior. He could use sword with both his hands, two swords, at the same time. He was a very skilled man. Everybody in Makkah loved him. And he is Hamza Raziallahu Ta'ala, the uncle of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now, we all know the story, but I'm just taking you through so that these stories, at least with these basic points, we are able to talk to our youngsters. These are true heroes of Islam. These are the true heroes of the world. So, लोग इनके बारे में बहुत बात करते, बहुत मोहब्बत करते, क्योंकि he was neutral. He never used to get into any controversies because he loved adventure. ये हमारे कम्युनिटी में, हमारे अतराफ जो है लोग होते हैं जो एडवेंचर लव करते हैं, वो उनको दूसरों से क्या कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं होता है. उनकी जिंदगी क्या होती है, वो मजा करना चाहते हैं, एडवेंचर करना चाहते हैं. हर एक अलग अलग एक हॉबी होता है, उसके पीछे उनकी जिंदगी लग जाती है. हमजा रज़ी अल्लाह ताला ऐसे थे, इनको जो है हंटिंग बहुत पसंद था. He loved all his archery, bow and arrows के साथ वो he used to practice, and he used to go out in the desert for days together, hunt, and he used to bring the animals back. And when he came into Makkah, he used to call everybody. Everybody knew Hamza Raziallahu Ta'ala आ गए. So जैसे he used to come back, he used to have a lot of animals he has hunted. So he used to distribute it to people. So सब उनसे जो है मोहब्बत करते. So he was Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's uncle. But because there was not much of an age difference, उनके बीच में ज्यादा उम्र का जो है डिफरेंस नहीं था, ये दो एकदम दोस्त के जैसा थे. They lived their life like friends. We should know these details, right? And he was also related to him as a cousin also. There was one more relationship where he was a cousin. Both Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's parents and Hamza Raziallahu Ta'ala's parents got married on the same day, in the same place. So these are some, finer points. And he was so close. तो एक सवाल पैदा होता है कि इतना क्लोज थे रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के जिगरी दोस्त के जैसा थे. He was so young and he was like his age group and he was like a friend. Why he didn't accept Islam like Abu Bakr Siddiq early? जैसे ही अबू बकर सिद्दीक को मालूम हो गया वो ही accepted Islam. But Hamza रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु didn't accept Islam immediately. That is because there are a lot of narrations. इसमें एक narration ये है कि he was not a kind of a person who used to get engaged into any religious kind of, from before he was away from religion because he was so busy outside his adventure, इसके ऊपर ज़्यादा ध्यान दे, so he never used to interfere into the religion part of it. So that's one of the reasons. So how eventually did he accept Islam? What happened? So now you know who was the other uncle of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who was an enemy to him, right? We all know that. Abu Jahl. He was an enemy. He was his uncle, but he was completely mukhalif थे. और इतना ज्यादा शिद्दत से he used to be against. तो जैसे इस्लाम का जो है मैसेज आया, he started resisting because he didn't want the power to go away from him. इनका प्रॉब्लम ये था, आप सबको इक्वल कर दे तो हमारा क्या होगा भाई? We are leaders of the community, we are leaders of the tribe, we will lose everything. That was his thing, and he started hating what was being propagated by Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he started troubling all the followers. So पहले से शुरुआत में जो है अबू जहल used to only tell. He used to use abusive words. He used to put people down. He used to be very taunting. He used to try to trouble people. But आते he started getting physical. He started beating people. The सहाबा जो भी थे, जो follow करते थे, जो इस्लाम में आए थे, उनको तकलीफ देना शुरू किया. So Abu Jahl went to an extent of torture that the first shaheed was Sumayya Raziallahu Ta'ala. She died because of Abu Jahl, but he didn't stop. मौत हो गई, किसी को मार दिए, फिर भी इसने जो है अपना जुल्म बंद नहीं किया. So he started doing this, and he never stopped. He became more aggressive. पहले starting में he never used to confront Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but when he got this, उसको शिद्दत ज्यादा पड़ गई, दुश्मनी ज्यादा हो गई, तो he started, abusing the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam openly. So at that time, people from the tribe used to come and protect Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. अपने जो ट्राइब वाले थे, जो पहचान के लोग थे, वो आके खड़े होके बोलते ऐसा मत करो बोल के अबू जहल को समझाते. लेकिन वो बिल्कुल he never used to stop. Wherever he found Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he used to try to abuse him. He used to taunt, he used to call names, he used to try to harm him. To an extent, once when Rasulullah was near the Kaaba, he was doing his salah, sajde mein the, to ek bahut bada patthar leke he wanted to go and crush his head. He wanted to kill him. Itna shiddat ki dushmani thi. When he went there, the people were watching and people were scared because he was a very strong man. Abu Jahl was a very mighty and strong, muscular man. People were very scared of him. He took the rock. He was going to go towards Rasulullah to put the rock on his head. Suddenly he dropped the rock, started, in a fearful face, he started going back. And after that, he started running away. They asked him what happened. He said, I don't know, I saw a big fire in front of me. I saw a big fire, I got scared and I ran away. Rasulullah said, even one more step, if he had come forward, Jibreel would have burnt him down. But this incident also did not stop him. Itna hone ke baad bhi he didn't stop. He kept doing. One day he found Rasulullah, in the marketplace or somewhere, and he started abusing him. And there was nobody to protect him. Those strong leaders, koi bhi nahi the. Itna zyada he abused him. Started calling names. Started calling out the tribe and all the others. जितने भी उनके जो खफीले के लोग थे, उनके जो tribe के लोग, उनके बारे में गंदे गंदे बातें किए. And he started talking ill about the family, the relatives. People all were feeling very bad. कभी होता है ना, आपने देखा है that you witness something going on, somebody uses very bad terminologies, even we feel bad, नहीं? So even though the people had not accepted Islam, बहुत से लोग थे वहाँ पे, उनको भी अच्छा नहीं लगा. उसमें एक औरत थी, उसको तो बहुत बुरा लगा. She was like, what is this? Why is this man doing like this? So she was waiting. Hamza Radhiyallahu anhu came back. He had gone out somewhere, expedition, but he came back. So she went to him and said, Hamza, we all respect you. You are very, very brave. आपकी जो कहानियां हैं सब बात करते हैं कि आप इतने brave हो, ताकतवर हो, लेकिन क्या फायदा इस ताकत की? There is no use. Abu Jahl came openly in front of everybody, abused your uncle, your nephew, sorry. He abused your nephew and you were not there. Nobody could do anything. So Hamza was very pained. He asked, give me the details. What happened? Was there nobody to support, nobody to stand up? He said, nobody stood up. He was alone. Did he react? Did he do something? No. Your nephew didn't do anything. He just patiently walked away. He was very upset. Hamza Razilatan, because he loved Prophet Sallallahu. He went straight away. He walked in. Abu Jahl was sitting with his tribe. He was a leader there. He was sitting. Straight away he went. He punched him. He didn't even talk. He punched him on the face. Abu Jahl started bleeding. The whole tribe wanted to get up and attack Hamza. Abu Jahl fell down. So Hamza Razilatan sat on him and said, are you trying to do something with my nephew? Whose religion I proclaim that I am following? So that was the changing of the heart. Because of that incident, and he declared that I follow his religion. You dare not touch him. And then Abu Jahl also was in a moment when he wanted to react, he wanted to hit back. And suddenly he noticed, hey, Hamza is a very powerful man. If Hamza becomes a Muslim, then we'll lose the battle. So he stood up. The tribe coming to, actually attack Hamza, his tribe. He stopped all of them. He said, no. What Hamza did is right, because I went and I was very abusive to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he's using his political, manipulation at that moment. You have a lot of people like that, right? In today's world, where they manipulate the circumstance for their own benefit. He said, अगर हमजा रज़ियल्लाहु ने इस्लाम कबूल कर लिए तो इस्लाम के अंदर बहुत ताकत आ जाएगी. Because of his support, I should not allow that. So he tried playing that. So when Hamza went back, he was feeling bad that he beat up somebody. So he went back home, he sat down and he was thinking, उनके दिमाग में बहुत वसवसे भी थे. Shaitan also is trying to play, what you did is not right, you should not have done. Anyway, you don't follow any religion, does not matter. So he turned around and said, anyway, I come from a family which believes in God. ऊपर वाले में मानते हैं, चलो मैं ऊपर वाले से मांगता हूँ. So night, he's not able to sleep. Hamza Razil. So he said, ऊपर वाले से मांगता हूँ. He put his hands up and he said, give me guidance. I don't understand what is right and what is wrong. Give me guidance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him guidance. In the morning he came and he declared his shahada with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he said, आप आगे बढ़िए, मैं आपके साथ हूँ. And after him, Umar Razil accept. that made a huge difference to the entire message. The पूरा जो भी resistance थे वो कम हो गए. So while you're looking at this, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives hidayah. The reason for him to get hidayah was that he got ownership of his nephew. अगर अच्छे काम के वास्ते किसी के लिए खड़े होते हैं तो अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला loves that attitude, है ना? So after that what happened? He started participating in battles and he was a very fierce warrior. बहुत ताकतवर थे, तो very fierce warrior. The battles went on, the migration happened, they went to Medina. He was given the post of the commander of the Muslim army. He used to be the flag bearer. All battles, and then the battle of Badr happened, where Muslims won. It was a solid victory. At that moment, there were a lot of people who were killed. Abu Jahl was killed, Khutuba was killed, many other non-Muslims who were, disbelievers, mushrik थे. ये पूरे उनका जो है वो फतेह के अंदर वो पूरे नाश हो गए, ये हो गए, they were killed. After that, Utba's daughter was Hinda. She and her entire people who were there in the tribe took it on themselves that they want to see that they seek revenge. So they started targeting who's the one who actually created the victory, who was the strongest person in their army. Then they found out it was Hamza Razila. So they hired Washi, who was a spear thrower expert. They brought him into the next war. The next war was Uhud. Uhud ke andar Washi targeted Hamza Razila through the spear, killed him. After the war was there were a lot of stories which happened. He was killed, and it's a known fact that Hind or Hinda came and cut open his abdomen, Hamza Razila and chewed his liver in that battle. That is how demeaning those people, actually treated all the dead bodies. They cut, they mutilated, they removed the nose, ear, arms, legs ko kaat ke sabke samne. They actually wanted to make a statement of fear, a statement of revenge. This happened, and when Rasulullah came and saw, he wept like he has never wept before when he saw the body of Hamza Razila. Now what happened, the essence of the story is all this happened, and Rasulullah he was very close to Hamza Razila. तो उन्होंने हमजा रज़ी अल्लाह ताला के लिए बार-बार जनाजे की नमाज पढ़ी है. He has offered many a times janaze ki namaz. That's the kind of love he had. And he didn't allow any of the women to come and see this. Because then he knows, एक औरत का दिल जो है is very soft. Sometimes a man has to stand and say, don't have a look. In cases when there are sensitive things, you're supposed to use hikmah and not allow the women to come into the place where it is not good for them. You are allowed to do that. So, if you look at this whole story, the last part is very important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave hidayah to whom? To Hind, to Hinda, the lady who orchestrated the assassination of Hamza and Washi. Both of them came to Rasulullah and accepted Islam. And they asked for forgiveness, and Rasulullah forgave them. And they went on to become very pious people. They went on. In fact, Washi used the same spear to kill the person who was claiming to be a prophet. There was a person who started claiming that he's a prophet. So Washi was the one who went and killed him. So this is what Islam is all about. It's about forgiveness. We lose everything. We keep enmity. हमारे दिलों के अंदर हम लोगों के बारे में we keep enmity in our hearts. Look at Prophet ﷺ. His uncle was assassinated. The Hinda came to him. Washi came. They asked for forgiveness. He forgave them instantly. He said, एक ही request है. Don't come in front of me because मुझे मेरे जो है uncle की याद आती है. I remember his death. So don't come in front of me. But he forgave them. Forgiving people for their mistakes is a very powerful emotion. हमारे बच्चे कभी गलती कर देते हैं, तो अगर हमें उस वक्त उनको माफ कर दें, तो इसका बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट होता है. जैसे माफी इंसान जब दूसरों को करता है, अल्लाह ऊपर वाला भी हमें हमारे गुनाहों के लिए माफ कर दे. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us understand that these stories are important lessons. They're just not stories of entertainment. They're important lessons. If we're able to take those lessons and teach the younger generation, inshallah, they will also come closer to the deen. They will start loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will love Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they'll also start loving these heroes of Islam, inshallah. Barakallah. Barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Quranil Azim wa nafana wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim. Innahu ta'ala jawadun kareemul barur raufur rahim wa rabbun halim.